Hi, welcome to the 13th floor. I'm Marty Duda. Today we have Hollie Smith with us. How's it going, Hollie?
Good, thank you. How are you?
I'm pretty good.
Good.
Been busy, a lot of shows going on these days, but
Yeah.
do you go to a lot of live shows?
I try to. I mean, I'm living down in Tauranga, so there's not a whole lot happening down there in regards to, anyone coming through.
You just manage to dodge ex-AC/DC members and things
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
But do you come up for shows that often?
Not really come up for shows, but if I'm up here, then I'll definitely try and check something out.
Right. Well, the reason that we're talking is because you have a new album out, which is a rare and beautiful thing. Because
for me, yeah.
The last time was 6 years ago, so it's this one called Water or Gold. But you have been busy, to be perfectly honest. I know I've seen you several times perform. Mm-hmm. How do you, for people who wonder, what have you done between the last record and this one? Why does it take 6 years in between? What is your answer to that?
Well, I mean, I've done a couple of collaborative projects which, took up a lot of that time. Working with Marty Duda for the Band of Brothers, Volume 1 was kind of an idea I had just to be able to remove myself from the Hollie Smith sound and, try different avenues of stuff without confusing people. So I did that project, and then just basically straight after that went into the Anika Bo Hollie project with Anika Moa and Boronga. So that was a good sort of year and a half as well. So there was other projects that I was working on. But then, I moved down to Tauranga, and I've been raising a child for the last 4 years and settling down there and things like that. So that's also been a bit of a priority for me, obviously. So between home and music, it was just felt like a good time to maybe try and get something else out.
Yeah. And so all these other collaborations that you've been working on over the years, do they find their way into what ends up being your music as well?
Yeah, absolutely. Especially with actually Anika and Bo, because I was playing guitar in that band. I hadn't picked up a guitar for a decade. And so I essentially, after that, I was really enjoying it and getting into it. And so a lot of these songs are written on guitar, which has changed, the direction of a lot of the musical ideas behind it.
Mm-hmm. And does that, your songwriting, does just the fact that you're writing on a different instrument, does that have a major impact on how things end up?
Yeah, I mean, obviously you've still got the same kind of sounds and influences in there, but I think writing on guitar, because I'm not as good on guitar, or maybe not even that, I'm not good on piano either, but on piano I tend to, move a lot more and go through a lot more chordal changes, and it's sort of more of a visual thing, whereas guitar I'm kind of more feeling it out, I think. But with piano, melodically I've got a lot more room to move because I'm using crazy voicings and all that kind of thing. Whereas with guitar it's a little bit more structured and basic, and like the songs themselves aren't simple, but they come across a lot more kind of basic and straight to the point because the melodies are cleaner and the chords are simpler.
Right. Now, I've only just had the album handed to me moments ago, so I've had time to look through all the liner notes and all that. And I know you produced the record. Do you have other people working with you on it as well?
Yeah, Darren Mathiasen, who's been my drummer on my previous 2 albums as well. Marika Hodgson, who's an incredible bass player, has been my sidekick on this record. She's been an incredible friend and help and sounding board with this, so that's been really great. And Daniel Hales as well, who did all the keys. Lots of other little cameos. Joel Mulholland, who wasn't actually in the core recording process, but he did all the guitar overdubs, along with some from Mike Fab, and my dad has a couple of songs in there, and just horns, and Isaac Caselli was in there for one of the tracks as well. So just the standard go-to New Zealand A-team, really. It's been good. Yeah.
And do you think, is there any difference between this record made sonically than what you've been doing in the past, or is it kind of a continuation of?
Well, it is a continuation, I think, but it's definitely sonically different in regards where it is a little bit more guitar heavy. A lot of some of the tracks are a little bit more upbeat, like writing riff-wise on guitar. It sort of lends itself to some of the more bluesy kind of numbers and bit rockier, edgier kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's every song's, I think, feels really different on it to me. Like there's not a specific theme running through it.
Right.
It does go on a little bit of a journey. It's still got the slower kind of ballad stuff that people obviously are used to me doing, but and it's also got some, you know, Water or Gold, even the title track, sort of, you know, Betty Davis kind of
Right.
style thing. You got Lead the Way, which is a, you know, quite a rocky, bluesy number. So there's definitely different elements sneaking in there with the guitar.
Cool. Now, you're going to perform a song for us, and before we talk about that particular song, are you hitting the road? Are you going on tour?
Literally tomorrow morning, I'll be heading out on the road. Yeah, we've got 9 dates nationwide over the next 3 weekends. So that should be exciting actually, because I actually rehearsed for this tour and it sounded really great.
Very good.
The new stuff sounded really, really good. It was really nice to kind of orchestrate a proper set again and kind of reconnect with the band, because I haven't done a lot of band stuff over the last few years. So getting back into the rehearsal room was a lot of fun, and some of the tracks are translating awesomely across. So I'm looking forward to giving that a shot when we go on the road tomorrow.
Very good. Okay, so now the song that you're going to perform for us is one called, is it a single? Or Helena?
It was a single, yeah. This was the second single of the 4 that are now floating around, yeah.
So it's called Helena, and it's written about a friend of yours who has since passed away. So obviously it's a pretty personal and kind of intimate kind of story behind it, but what can you tell folks about how the song came about?
Well, yeah, my best friend Helena passed away in September after a long battle with breast cancer. When she got married the December before last, 2014, myself and her then fiance wrote a song for the wedding ceremony. So he had written a lot of the lyrics, and I kind of performed them and put some more in and wrote the song, which we performed at the wedding as a surprise, and she really wanted me to put it on the record and bribed me to do so, but I kind of kept on going, no, it doesn't work. But essentially, when we were in the studio, we sort of gave it a go, and it came together really, really well, and we got New Zealand On Air funding, so I surprised her with that when we got the funding, because she wanted to direct something on TV again, so I was going to give her the video to do. Unfortunately, she took a bit of a turn, sort of second half of last year, and when I was up nursing her through the last few days, I just really wanted to get the song finished and for her to hear it, because she hadn't really heard it properly since the wedding. So I managed to get in the studio, had in, again, A-Team, Annie Crummer, Lawton Corder, Tama Waipura and Julia Deans came and helped me out for the afternoon and evening, and we did all that and got all the vocals done and mixed it down and played it to her the next morning, and she, little did we know, but then she passed away later on that afternoon. So, and then finished it properly and also had it ready for the funeral and things. So it's a really beautiful sort of soundtrack to the last beautiful year of her life that we, it's definitely a celebration and a song of hope. It's always been a really positive thing, and it's just a poignant song for everyone who was around her at that time, and it's nice to have it included on this record. So not closely afterwards, but just to sort of summarise that part of her life that we just had. So it's kind of a nice time to be able to release it shortly afterwards.
Well, it's quite a story, and I appreciate the fact that you're going to be performing it for us. I can't wait to hear it. So thank you for coming up and talking and playing, and we'll see you on the road.
Absolutely.
Thanks.
See me on the rise of my love, 'cause forever starts today. I will always be a constant line to help find our way. Cut to me, my darling, we'll start when we began. In a field of flowers and friends, finding forever once again. Run with me, my girl, towards another tomorrow. Live like it's a lace, forever's where we start. Run with me, my girl, towards another tomorrow. made this 8-year slave trade. And ride with me, my girl, towards another tomorrow. Live like it's a lace, forever's where we stand. Ride with me, my girl, towards another tomorrow. Live like it's a lace, forever's where we stand. Forever.